Hello everyone, my name is Rafal and welcome to my vlog. So in today's vlog, I just want to talk about one of the most important components when it comes to the headshot photography. And I want to talk about face expressions. Whenever I post images on my website or my social media, most of the time, most of my audience is asking about the lightings, settings, gear and all this stuff. But honestly, since I started posting my images to social media, I barely get any requests or questions regarding how I create and how I actually pull off some of the face expressions. And in my opinion, face expression, this is, as I said, one of the most important and the most crucial component of headshots. If your images, they're gonna have beautiful lighting, they're gonna have beautiful technical, I would say, aspects, and the face expressions, they're not going to be right, there will be something wrong with those images. And I'm sure you've seen images in your life where there's something missing, there is something in those images which was not right, and most of the time what it is a wrong face expression. And today I just want to talk about how I create my face expressions. I want to share with you guys my secrets about how to approach this and how to basically pull off some of those interesting and very engaging face expressions. So let's jump into this, and I'm gonna show you some of the behind the scenes from my recent photo shoot with Hunter. She was extremely amazing model to work with, and we have not only a lot of fun, but she also was so open to actually work with different face expressions and try to do new things. And this is what I'm going to also recommend you guys to do with every client you have at the front of the camera, because that's what's going to elevate not only your work, but it's going to make your images look stunning, they're going to look interesting, and basically the clients, they're going to notice. It's a little bit of practice. Also, it takes a little bit of specific approach, which I'm going to talk about it today, but I'm sure you guys are going to be able to basically do that. So let's jump into it and let's talk about it. So the first thing what I want to talk about it is basically you have to separate your technical stuff and basically engaging with your clients. And what I mean by that, so whenever you have a photo shoot and all this stuff is ready to go, your lighting is ready, your camera is ready, and your settings are ready, and you basically from that moment you put your focus completely on your client. So you're not running around and changing the lights, changing the settings, scratching your head that okay, there's something not right here. You need to figure this whole thing out before the shoot. So usually what I do, I sit my client in a specific spot, then I have 5 minutes to figure this whole thing out, and then I'm basically maybe not shutting this whole thing off, but I'm trying to kind of take my mind away from the technical stuff, and I'm not trying to focus on it. My main focus is the client, because if you basically jumping between focusing on the client and try to engage with them, and then you're just jumping into the gear stuff and the technical stuff, the client's gonna sense that. They're gonna feel it, that there's something wrong and there's something not right, and they're gonna be basically more stressed, which you don't really want to do that. So saying of stress, the next thing what I would suggest to do is putting some nice background music. I'm doing this on all my shoots, and I found music can really put people in very specific and positive mood. So usually what I do, I ask the client if they like certain music, or they can suggest something, or if they don't know, I have like a set of my, I would say, kind of relaxing type of tunes which I'm actually putting on the background, and that's definitely help with my photo shoot to make my client feel much more comfortable, feel much more relaxed, and putting their mind into ease so they don't have to be as much stress during the photo shoot. And try it, it works. I found on every shoot what I do, since I started putting some music on the background, the atmosphere is different and definitely helps with the photo shoot. The next thing what I want to suggest is basically whenever you're engaging with your client, try to talk about something positive. If you have issues in your life and you have problems, or there's something going on, this is not the right time to share with your clients some of those problems. Because first of all, the clients are not interested in your issues and in your problems. Second of all, again, it's going to put them in the bad mood, and your camera is going to capture this. And the same, I would say, applies to the clients. If you feel that your client is just kind of drifting towards their issues, their problems, try to somehow navigate the conversation into something positive. Because what happens is, if you basically gonna try to talk about some stuff which cause the person stress, cause irritated, they basically not feel good, your camera is gonna capture this, and you're gonna create images which are not, I would say, they're not good, because you're basically gonna show their stress. You're gonna show they're not in a good mood. And basically our face is like some kind of, I would say, radar which eliminates emotions. We basically showing constantly for our face expressions how we feel. So if the client is in a bad mood, or is irritated, or is stressed, your camera is gonna pick it up. You're gonna feel it, you're gonna see it throughout the images. So try to basically stick to the topics which puts the clients in the right mood. Extremely important, and I always try all my shoots kind of navigate, as I said, towards something which makes everybody feel positive, feels happy, and basically that's gonna make huge difference and huge impact on your images. So how to make your client feel good? So first of all, what you want to do, you definitely want to compliment the client. Try to, as much as possible, don't try to be also fake, because the client's also gonna sense that. Try to make sure that you talk about things which you pick it up and you really like, and try to comment it and try to kind of point them out. I found this very, very important. Another thing what you can do to boost the confidence throughout the photo shoot, whenever you shoot images where you basically see something that you've done right and the images looks good, show them to the client. I found this is very, very helpful. This is something which gonna definitely boost their confidence. And don't do this every 5 minutes. Whenever you feel, whenever you see that the client is losing basically their mood, and then they're not confident, the body language is telling you that there's something wrong, try to find one of those images on the back of the screen and show them and tell them straightforward, this is what I really like, this is great face expression, you look awesome on those images. And you will see their face will light up, they're gonna be much more positive, and their confidence is gonna go straight to their roof, and you're gonna be back to the business. This is extremely important, and I found this is very, very helpful. So the next thing what I would like to suggest is try to keep your client moving. The worst thing what you can do throughout a photo shoot is to plant person in one spot and just basically try to shoot the entire thing, because that's what's gonna make them feel uncomfortable, and they're gonna start making awkward faces, because their body is pretty much gonna telling you, okay, I'm not comfortable. So usually what I'm trying to do is, as I said, I'm trying to kind of keep them moving. I'm changing their positions, I'm changing their poses, I'm trying to work with their face, with their head. I'm asking them to stand, then I have a chair where they can sit down, so they kind of constantly on the move. And this is extremely important, because the more they move, the more they have to do certain things, and they trying to kind of adopt and adjust to whatever you're telling them to do. Their mind is basically, you just taking them away from all the stress, because they have to think about, I would say, different moves, they have to think about different body position. And I found this is also very, very helpful when it comes to creating specific face expressions, because they kind of started getting more relaxed, they open up a little bit more. And this is something which definitely is going to help you to take their mind off the photo shoot, and they're going to become more natural, and they're going to basically giving you more, I would say, interesting face expression. So the next thing that I want to talk about it, and this is something which I'm practicing for many years now. On every photo shoot, I'm basically asking directly the client to pull off specific face expression. And I know sometimes what happens is they try to kind of fake it, they try to force it, and they don't look interesting. But as soon as you start kind of telling them, okay, can you let's try to do sad face, or try to be happy, or try to laugh, or try to, I don't know, just be innocent or sexy, and all those type of, I would say, different face expressions. Basically, you can actually grab something very interesting in between those things, and whenever they have to transition from one face expression to another, you can definitely kind of get something interesting. And that's why you have to be all the time ready with your camera and just kind of pay attention what's going on. Also, I found some of the clients, they're really good at it, and they try to kind of do something very interesting, even though if you're doing silly faces or something which I would say it's not typical. Some people are shy, they're not going to be, I would say, able to do it, but I found there's most of people, they're open to do anything. The one thing what you want to make sure is you're working in an environment where they're not exposed to other people. You're working in some kind of place where they can kind of feel safe, and they can kind of turn into, I would say, silly person and create something different, and they can kind of try to do specific face expressions. And I found that this is very, very helpful, and I found also this is gonna definitely also not only make you more creative, but also you can capture some face expressions which is gonna be extremely interesting, and they're gonna be kind of cool, and they're gonna definitely can take your images to another level. So the last thing what I want to talk about it, and this is something which I would say is the biggest secret of my headshot sessions, and I'm going to share that with you guys, and hopefully you guys are going to be able to use it. Usually what I'm trying to do throughout a photo shoot, I'm trying that my clients are very, very engaged with my camera. So if you tell them just look at me and just try to smile or do whatever, people are gonna start being kind of fake, and they're gonna just look at you like you're, I don't want to say an idiot, but they don't know what to do. So usually what I'm trying to explain them and ask them to do, they have to look through the lens like there is something very interesting on the other side. And whenever they start kind of focusing on your lens, and they try to kind of look through it, and if there is something in their imagination, something interesting, they're getting very, very engaged, and then starting doing those specific squints, which are very, very popular, and that's what's gonna make them look interesting. But you can really sense their engagement with the camera, and this is exactly what you're looking for. This is something which is gonna make your images look absolutely stunning. So on the next photo shoot, whenever you're gonna have a client on the front of your camera, ask them to look through the lens and ask them to picture something which is very interesting for them, and they're gonna start doing this interesting face, and they're gonna try to make this look that there is something interesting. And this is the best moment to capture your headshots, and you will see this is gonna tremendously change your work, and they're going to tremendously change the quality of the face expressions of your images. I hope that was interesting, and I hope this is going to give you, I would say, new guideline or some kind of ideas how to work with your clients to create those interesting face expressions. So if you guys gonna have any specific questions, or if you guys want to ask more, or there is something which I should add to this vlog, please feel free to contact me. I'll be more than happy to basically answer all your questions and give you more information. Meanwhile, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys last that long. Stay tuned, and I will chat with you guys very soon. Bye bye.